A few months ago, I reviewed a brand new style from Belle Tress in their new Icons collection named Monroe. I reviewed her in the color Truffle Cream R. I fell in love with that one. This month I have Monroe again. This time I have her in the color Cool Chai Blonde R, which I am so excited about. I have not taken it out of the netting yet. I've only taken the top off the box. So we're gonna unbox Monroe together because the way Monroe is constructed, I think she might be challenging to a new wig wearer. She's super fun and super cute, but not all wigs look amazing straight out of the box. And we return so many of those because we don't know how to make them look amazing. So let's see how this one looks straight out of the box and see what we can do about it. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook. I clearly suffer from hair loss and I have been reviewing wigs for about 7 years. I really love showing you guys all different styles, and over the years I've learned so much about the wig journey and helping my wig sisters be successful. I am so grateful to 𝖺EERki𝗂𝗋𝖾 for partnering with me on this video and many of the videos I've been doing lately. They are making all of these reviews and all of these tip videos possible, and I am just truly honored to be a part of their team, if you will, because it just gives me such a great opportunity to help my wig sisters. We are going to do this one together. I don't usually do an unboxing for my reviews because those tend to be longer videos. So hopefully you'll stick around with me. Maybe you'll learn some things. Even if this isn't the style for you, this one does come in other colors as well. So if the color isn't for you, you can learn about the style and then go check out the other colors. 𝗏IG is an online retailer. They also have some in-person wig shops. They are great. They carry all the major name brands. They do an awful lot to help the wig community with tips and tricks and tutorials and great sales and live sales. And so definitely put them on your list. I'll put a link in the description box, a coupon code that will save you money. And if we talk about any tip type things in this video, and I have a video on that, I will also link those videos below so you can get the help that you need. All right. We're going to throw this one on. I'm going to show you the inside the cap before I throw her on, just because she's already off my head. So we have this full mono top, a lace front that is extended, silicone ear tabs, fully hand tied all throughout the top, closed wefting at the back, extended nape. I will just tell you, I am in love with these Icon collection caps. They are incredible. I am a huge fan. I've tried a number of them and I'm a really big fan of these mostly hand-tied Icons collection caps. So let's throw her on. I'm not even going to shake her out. I'm going to do nothing. This is exactly netting off, nothing done. And the reason I wanted to do that with this one is, first of all, I know she's super cute and super fun because I've already reviewed a different color. But number two, this is the reality that we deal with as wig wearers. This is the struggle that we have. You watch a review, you look at some pictures on the product listings on the website, you think you're getting something that it doesn't seem like you got when you get the wig. We have to learn how to work with our wigs, but we also have to recognize that these wigs have been packed, scrunched together really securely so that they will travel well, that they will store well, but it can often mean they don't show well out of the box. So knowing how to assess a wig to determine, is this wig going to be for me, is going to be key, because you can't do a whole lot to it and still be able to return it, but you can put it on your head. You can sort of arrange the fibers just a tiny little bit, get them out of your face. You can assess length. Does the overall length work, or do I think I can trim it up to make it work? You can assess density. Does it seem like it's got the right amount of hair for me? You can assess permatease. Does it have permatease? Doesn't it? And what do I prefer? Those are all the things that I would assess. Color, is the color right for me? You can assess those without messing around with the wig. If you can check the major boxes that you can't change easily, then you're free to shake the wig out, to comb through the wig. This wig has no permatease at all. Very, very flat to the head as far as that goes. It has no, it's a low density piece. There's not a lot of hair on this piece. So then the next step would be to kind of shake it out. Wake up those fibers. Now, don't do this until you've made the decision, for better or worse, I'm keeping this piece and I'm gonna work with it. So if you say, no, that doesn't work for me for any of those major things, then maybe the wig isn't for you. But if you can say, yes, the length is fine, or again, I can trim it to be fine, the density is fine, the permatease is fine, then go shake out that wig. And then again, you're gonna put it on your head. Don't freak out. This is part of the process. And then you just start fluffing and you start arranging. It's amazing to watch a wig come to life when you do all of these things. You can take a wide tooth comb and get rid of that netting, and then you can just start playing. You know, wavy and curly pieces, sometimes I comb through them, sometimes I just finger style them. It really depends on the piece and what I think it needs. But I'm just fluffing and I'm trying to determine where that part wants to lay. This has that full mono top like I showed you, so you can absolutely change the part. And actually, I need to put a wig grip on because I'm pulling her off my head. Let me grab it. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Wig grip is on, and now I can really fluff. So this wig is running pretty true to average. I have got a more average petite to average petite head size. All of my measurements are in the description box below, so you can compare them to yours. So I was pulling it off because it is a little bit big on me, but with a wig grip, it is perfect. I do get a little bit of extra cap up here. It's a stretchy cap. I cinch it in just a little bit. I would say Belle Tress is a brand known for running pretty true to average, a little bigger than average on some of their collections. I would say that the Icons collection is running really true to average. You guys, she's so darling. This is such a cute, fun style. For everybody? No. For some? Yes. All right, now that I've fluffed her and I've played with her, we can take a look at her from all sides. I really do love this one. It is just a great throw and go. You can really play up these messy, choppy layers if you want to. You can use some styling product, some Jon Renau Peace Out Cream, some Tress Allure wig wax, and really get in there and play with this, which is one of the fun things about this wig. And like I said, you can change that part. Now, changing the part on a synthetic wig isn't always easy. So I'm going to kind of demonstrate a little bit, just flipping it over to the other side. And then those layers lay a little bit differently. So playing with it is key. This is made with heat-friendly synthetic fibers, so you can take heat to this one, and if sometimes heat is what's needed to get those fibers to redirect. Oh my goodness, you guys. Look at how fun that is, especially with this color. If you like sassy, fun styles, this does not have permatease, like I said, so it's not big hair necessarily, but because of the wave pattern and the layers, you can actually get a little bit of volume out of this one. And I'll tell you guys, I actually think I really like how it flipped to the other side. I love how those curls and waves just kind of pop. Look at that. I should have my dark background. Hold on, let me pull the curtain. That is way better. I'm really sad that I didn't think of that in the beginning, because I'm sure some people have already clicked off. A lot of you guys don't watch these full videos, but I mean, now you can really see how that pops. Wow. I think this is a great great, great little piece. I just think it's fun. It's sassy. You can use clips, you can use headbands, and really play with that. If you don't like how all of those curls are standing up, just watch how I sort of do this. And what I'm doing is I'm just sort of smoothing them out a little bit, getting them to lay a little bit flatter. Either way, great lace front, so realistic looking. So you really can do an awful lot with this one, even though it's not very long. Put her back the other direction. If you want her to have more of a kind of a bang, you can do that. It's a little long, so you would have to trim it up with a thinning razor, which is my preference, or a scissors. I have a video showing how to use a thinning razor, but you could trim that up if you wanted to. So if you want to see this one in another color, I will link my original review below, and you can see how I assessed her the first time I saw her. If you have questions, please let me know. I'm always happy to help, but I just thought I would do this video just a little bit different since I did just review this one recently, and just kind of show you the process that I go through in trying to assess these wigs and figure out if it's for me or not. It's a journey for sure, but I know you can get there. If you have tips for your wig sisters on how you assess wigs out of the box, leave those tips below. If you have experience with Monroe, even better, leave those tips below. This one I love. If you can do shorter, sassy styles like this, I love this style a lot. If you can do a mostly hand-tied cap, if you haven't tried the Icons Collection caps yet, I really think you should. They're great. Let's talk about this amazing color. I honestly love it. Cool Chai Blonde R. I actually have never seen this color before. It is a cool, that is perfect. It is a cool blonde. I would say that it can border a little bit on the ashy, almost gray. This is not a gray color, but I really think it borders on gray, and it may look gray in some lighting. We do have roots, but what I love is that this root is more of a shadow, and they did bring some of those highlights almost all the way up to the cap. What that does is it makes the color look intentional and not like regrowth. Sometimes when you get a real contrasting root, it almost looks like you need to get your roots touched up and you went too long between coloring. That is not at all the effect that this one has. It definitely looks intentional. The root is also going to look a lot darker right here. With my studio lighting, with the contrast of the background, this is going to look a lot darker than it really is, and you will see that when I get outside with this one. But if you love an ashy blonde, this is a light blonde. I mean, I see some platinum in here. I don't have any codes, but I absolutely see platinum in here. I do not see any yellow blonde. I do not see any golden. It is ashy platinum with maybe a little bit of a beigey color here and there as a low light. And then I would say this root is kind of a medium light brown. It's not terribly dark. And it's an ashy root. Occasionally, I will see a rooted blonde where the blonde is ashy, but the root is warm. That is not my preference. I prefer, if you're gonna go warm on the brunette or on the blonde, then go warm on the root. If you're gonna go ashy on the blonde, then go ashy on the root, and that's what they've done here. Stunning. For those of us, I'm a natural dark brunette and I am graying like crazy. This is the perfect blonde for me where I am at my stage of life with what my hair is doing naturally. Perfect. Love it. Let's get outside so you can see this one outside. Let me know if this video helped you. If you like these sort of longer videos that combine maybe a review and a tip video, what do you need help with on your journey? I'd love to help. Let me know what I can do on video to help you. Don't forget about ዄquill. See you guys soon. All right. I'm really excited to show this color. I really, really wish it were cloudy though. High clouds are perfect for showing color. So I'm just in the shade. You can see what I meant by that does not look like regrowth at all, and also that that root is not super dark. I would love to know what you think. There you go. Hey friends, thanks so much for watching. Here are a few videos I think you might enjoy. Go ahead and click on one and watch.